Χαίρετε. Θέλω διατελέν αναγιγνωσκων των Φαιδωνα του Πλάτωνος, ως ωμοσα. Ωμοσα. Yes. So I have been staring for this part where I left off quite abruptly last time for quite a while now, and I finally, so I can continue this. I believe I understood how this sentence works, and yes, I don't. This is so tricky. I don't think I should do a word-for-word translation. And it's a gre sentence, and it was placed so far at the end, and that I was quite confused. But let's not confuse you. So, having, well, what I finally realized, I think, is that in the second part, menantas hon chronon, I finally realized that of course there is a verb missing there. Having remained the time it is necessary to remain, right? So I realized in this part there is a infinitive missing, but in the first part there is an infinitive with no very good reason to be there, except if you supply a chre. So yes, this is yeah. It was quite hard to realize, even having the translation, read the translation and having it in mind. So the meaning then is having achieved, those having achieved those things it is necessary to achieve. So chre, the chre plus infinitive is the object, and those having remained the time that is necessary. Another allos, another hither again or back guide or leader brings in great and long periods of time. Nailed it. The travel is then not as Aeschylus's Telephus says. Yes, there'll be tychontas de eke hon de tychen kai menantes hon chronon and los deuro palin hegemon comidze en apologise chrono kai macrais periodos. Estiarahe poreia uchos ho achulo telephos lege. Oopsie. That guy. Mm-hmm. On one hand, simple, and that apparently is a road, path. Facing says, into Hades, that is this genitive to ace plus the genitive of a person is to someone's place. So we just say Hades. That guy on one hand says to Hades a straight road to carry. He says there is a simple road leading to Hades. Right, so I've not seen this before, where it's men de on one hand, and it's a but. So like as a contrary to fact, kind of. Opposition. On the other hand, it is not simple nor one, it seems to me to be. Ekeinos men gar haplen oimon fesinis Aidhu ferein hede ute haple ute mia fainitai moi einai. And not would there be need for a guide. That is a imperfect past tense plus on, contrary to fact, and need of, right, something in genitive. Guides, apologies. Not, for not, yeah, for not someone, optative would fail nowhere to. Yes, no one would be mistaken in no way. They're only a concessive absolute genitive, there being only one road. Hodos having notorious, being notorious for having masculine endings, but feminine gender. Udegar an hegemonon ede ugar putis an diamartoi udamose mias hodu uses. Now, on the other hand, it seems she says splittings, yeah, and three roads, fork in the road, many splittings and forks in the road to have. Yeah, it's understandable. From offerings and customs of those here, I reckon from the evidence. I think this is what that means. Yes, exactly. Judge from signs and tokens. Yes. Νύνde εωκες χύσεις τε καί τριώδους πολλάς έχειν, από των θυσιών καί νομίμων των ενθάδε τεκμαϊρώμενος, ελέγω. The orderly and prudent soul follows, as well as is not ignorant of the circumstances. I think that's what that means. Paronta is just the things being there, the there being things, and you are ignorant of things in an accusative without preposition in ancient Greek. Less prepositions overall in Greek and ancient Greek and Latin. Hemenun kosmia te kai phronimos psyche hepetai te kai uk agnoe ta paronta. The what word should we use? The lustful. Is this? This is interesting. I might check the translation on this. The one that is disposed lustfully in body. It seems to me what it means. That which I just said before. In regards to that thing, much time it has been frightened. And in regards to the visible place. Having held against, holding against many things, and many things suffering, experiencing. By force, and hardly by the ordered daemon has it left agomene, being led, right? If I can make that to make more sense. Right. So the soul, if a soul is lustfully disposed of bodily things, that which I just said before, in regards to that stretch of time, such a soul will feel a lot of fear in regards to the visible place. It'll just be a really hard time for you if you are lustfully disposed, and you'll be led by force. You will be led by force by your daemon. Let's look at the translation here. It's next one here. Yes, it's circumstances. That was right. Taparonta. Right. So I think it's because the soul has been separated from its body, it's not, yeah, flits about it. I don't even know what that means. Right. Ακριβώς. And in the visible world, oh, okay, horaton topon is visible world. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, antitein nasasa, resistance. Right. Okay, so, I think we're kind of back. I thought we were in the middle of a travel, but the translation is kind of takes us back to the starting point, like even before. It seems like. Right. Yeah, about this time, yeah, people who are lustfully disposed are scared of this time, of this great length of time. And then I'm not so sure that the translation has it right with the translation of periton, horaton, topon. It seems like a big stretch to, what was it? The visible world. I mean, as far as I am concerned, it's a stretch to say that topon is world. As I read it, it just it means the place that they're going to be in terms of how it looks, is how I read it. And I don't know if we can get any deeper than that. Καλώς. Here epithymetikos του σώματος έχουσα, όπερεν το εμπροσθέν έπον, περιεκεινό πολλήν χρόνων, επτό εμένε, καί περι των χωράτων τόπων, πολλά αντιτεϊνάσα, καί πολλά παθούσα, μπιά καί μόγις υπό του προστεταγμένου, δάιμονος όχεταί αγωμένε. Ακριβώς. Having arrived just at that place, the others, the uncleansed, and something having done such a thing, or being attached. This is a funny perfect participle, perfect medium participle of hapto, I believe. Yes. We're looking for a finite verb here. So we have an idea so far that the arrived one, and supposedly this tormented, lustful soul is still the object here. That's what we're talking about, the singular feminine. Hothi, thi is there. It's pretty Homeric, I think, that suffix. And the others, presumably psychai, or the other souls, is the subject. But yeah, as I said, we're looking for a finite verb. something about that soul being attached to murders, or having worked such things. Yeah, or as an opposition, or such things having done as happen to be the works of Adelpha. Is it? Could it be an adjective? I would want to read it as such things as happen to be brotherly of these and of brotherly souls. Let's see. I'm too unsure. Yeah, wicked murders or other deeds akin to those and the works of kindred souls. Or other deeds akin to those. Right, so it is an adjective, adelpha. It's a bit strange that Perseus wouldn't have that. And it goes with the ha. It's really the only thing it could be. That is interesting. Kindred, yeah. Okay. So adelphos as an adjective here means basically the same as syngenes, which is also means related. There's a very epic touch to the language being used here, like oimon. This is not very normal language, Attic language. I really think it's a slightly theatrical monologue, which is fine. Good literature it can be. Right. Such kindred, similar things of these, and works of similar souls happen to be, yeah. Such a soul continues to describe this lustful soul. It's interesting, like everything flows from, like, all the bad things kind of flows from lustfulness. It's kind of, I mean, it's not explicitly stated, but kind of that's the order in which it's given. This on one hand, that's interesting. Hapas, can that be plural? No, right? Would have been hapas, yes, I believe. I can only think it's hapas anyway is taken to be everyone flees. Hypektreptai, turn away from, I suppose. Yeah, turn away from. synemphoros. Does not trade with? Yeah, it's not, yeah, does not, it's not a companion to, yeah, not companion and not guide, wants to become. I'm a bit confused here now. Apologies, I should have had this clear. Those things seem to be separate. It's something about the all souls, something and doing something, thinking something about that one other soul, and then it's the part about no one wanting to be the guide of that soul.